Today we are discussing demography, demography structure of Indian society. What is demography? Demography is systematic study of population in a Greek term derived from two words, demos and the graphy, people and description of people. It studies birth, migration, sex composition, etc. Demography is broadly two types, formal demography and the social demography, which is concerned, formal demography, which is concerned with quantitative measurement and the analysis of population change. Social demography, which deals with social, economic, and the political aspects of the populations. To process which is happened to take place at a roughly same time in Europe during the later half of the 18th century. The formation of a non-state, the formation of nation states as the principal form of the political organizations. The beginnings of the modern science of statistics. Since before independence, India has conducted a 10-yearly declining census. So far, 7 decennial census has been conducted since 1951, and the most recent in the beginning of the 2011. And now is the new census is going on the 2021. The process is delayed due to the coronavirus. The demographic data collected is essential for the planning and the implementation of states' policies, economic development, and the public welfare. It's the main reason why we are collecting the data. It's help in the states' planning of implementation, policies, and the economic development of the public welfare. Theories of populations. There are two theories of populations. Thomas Robert Malthus and the theory of the demographic transition. What is the Thomas Robert Malthus? Is the 1766 to 1834. Population increases at a much faster rate than the needs of subsistence, food and clothing. Number 2, population rise in the geometric progressions, that is 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, etc. has much faster rate than the needs of human subsistence. Agriculture production, which grow in the arithmetic progression, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc. Prosperity can be achieved by a controlling growth of the population through prevention checks, postponing marriage, sexual obsessions, celibacy, etc., and the positive checks. Through famines and the disease. Criticism of the mathematician. Criticism, what is the criticism? Number 1, food production and the standard of the living rise despite rapid populations. Growth has seen a historical experience of the European countries. And B, poverty and the starvation is the caused not due to any rise in the population, but due to unequal distribution of the economic resources, liberal and the Marxist. The theory highlights three stages of the population's growth from an underdeveloped and the technologically backward stage to a developed technologically advanced stage of society. Level of the development growth rate GR. Number one, undevelopment technically backward. High BR plus high DR equal to high GR. Number two, transition movement from the backward BR high plus low DR. And the population to advanced population to advance increase in GR populations. And number three, advanced technologically low BR plus low DR equal to low GR. Common concepts. What is the common concepts of the both birth rate, death rate, growth rate, fertility rate, infant mortality rate, maternity mortality, sex ratio, and the age structure of the populations, efficiency ratios. And the birth, what is the birth rate? Birth of live birth in given area during a given time per 100 populations. And death rate, number of death in given area during a given time per 100 populations. Growth rate, rate of natural increases, difference between the birth rate and the death rate. Fertility rate, number of the live birth per the 100 women in the childbearing age group, the 15 to 49 years. And infant mortality rate, number of the death babies before the age of 1 year per 100 live births. And the maternity number of the women dying in the childbirth per 100 live birth. Sex ratio, number of the females per 100 males in the given area at a specified time period. Age structure of populations. Proportion of a person in a different age groups latest to total populations. Efficiency ratio. Proportion of dependent elderly people and children with working age groups. That is 15 to 64 years. A rising dependency ratio is a cause of a worry in countries that are facing an aging population since it becomes a difficult for a relatively similar proportion of working age people to carry the burden of the providing for the relative larger proportion of the dependents. Failing dependency ratio can be source of economic growth and prosperity due to a large proportion of workers related to non-workers. It is also referred as a demography dividend. And J, when the difference is zero or in a practice very small, then we say that the population has the stabilized or has reached the replacement level, which is the rate of growth required for a new generation to replace the older ones that is are dying out. And K, life expectancy. It's referred to the estimated number of 1 year that an average person is expected to survive. And M, shown as an X-ray like a demographic dividends based on the ultrasound technology, sometimes misused to determine the sex of the unborn child in the mother womb. Famines are the caused by the high level of the counting, poverty, and the malnutrition in an anogenic climatic environment that is affected by the variations in rainfall. Lack of adequate means the transportations and the communications, as well as the inadequate effort on the part of the states. And the 5, several factors may be held responsible for the decline in the child sex ratio, including. And the what is the part of the 5? Serve neglects of the girls' babies in the infancy, leading of the higher death rates, and sex specification abortion that prevent girl babies from the being born, and female infanticide for killing of girls babies due to the religious or the cultural beliefs. Number six, there are regional variations of low child sex ratio in India. The regional pattern of the low child sex ratio in India is that the lowest child sex ratio are found in the most prosperous areas religious of India. Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, Gujarat, and Maharashtra are among the richest states in the India in terms of the per capita incomes, and they are also the state that the lowest child sex ratio. So, problem of the selective abortions in not due to poverty or the ignorance of lack of resources. Economically prosperous families decide to have a fewer children, and they may wish to choose the sex of their child. Number seven, role of literacy in the population growth. One, literacy is a requisite of education of empowerment. The more literate of the population of greater the consciousness of career options as well as the participation in the knowledge economy. Career option as well the participation of the knowledge economy. Literacy can be lead to health awareness and the fuller participation in the culture and the economic well-being of the community. Literacy varies continuously across the gender, across ages and the social groups. Literacy rates also vary by social groups. Historically disadvantaged communities like the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe have lower rates of the literacy, and rates of female literacy within these groups are even low. Regional variations are still very wide, with the states like Kerala approaching several literacy, while the states like Bihar are lagging in far behind. Number eight, epidemic has been controlled due to the mass vaccinations, better sanitization. But malaria, TB, diarrhea, and kill the people even today. And these days, corona is also killing the people. Birth rate is slow to change due to the social cultural phenomenon low PFR in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Himachal Pradesh, West Bengal, Karnataka, Maharashtra, high TFR states, Bihar, MP, Rajasthan, and UP. Rural-urban differences also exist with the respect of the vast majority of the populations. It is the mass media of communications channels that are the gradually bringing in the images of urban lifestyles and the patterns of the consumption into the rural villages. This bridges the gap between the rural and urban. The rapid growth in the urbanization town or city has been attracting the rural populations. Those who are cannot find work or the sufficient work in the rural areas go to the city in search for work. This flow of the rural to urban migrations has also been accelerated by the continuous decline of the common property, sources like ponds, forest, and the grazing lands. Now, these resources have been turned into the private property or they have been executed. Ponds may run dry or no longer provided, and a fish forest may have been cut down and have vanished. People no longer have access to these resources, but on the other hand, have to buy many things in the market they used to, and have to buy many things in the market that they used to get free. The opportunities of earning income are limited in the villages. The city also may be preferred for social reasons specified by the relatives anonymity in others. The fact that the urban life involves interaction with the strangers can be an advantage for the different regions for the socially oppressed group like the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes. This may be offer some partial protection from the daily humiliation they may suffer in the village where everyone knows their caste identity. The anonymity of the city also allows the poorer sections of the socially dominated rural groups of the engaged in the low status work that they would not be too able to do in the village. All these reasons, all these reasons makes the city the attractive destination of the villages. National Families Planning Program. It is introduced with the high objectives of the slowing down in the rate of pattern population growth through birth control method and improve public health standard. Other concerns measures was introduced during the emergency period 1975 to 1976. With the coming new government of the program has renamed as a national family welfare program, the new set of the guidelines to the achieve the objectives. And 12, success and failure of the family program. What is the success? Success growth rate of the population has decreased. Population have started appreciating small families more. The infant mortality rates and the maternity mortality has been brought down. Life expectancy has increased. Achieved nearly universal awareness of the need for the method of the family planning. And what is the failures? The growth rates are still continues to be high as compared to the developed. Failure, the growth rates continues to high compared to the development. For instance, families planning program has been opposed by people vasectomy for men and the pudectomy for women. Mostly poor and the powerless people are the victims. Lack the ability of the reliable families planning method. And what is the age structure of the India's population? India is one of the youngest countries in the world. Majority of the Indians tend to be young. The average age of the also less than most other countries. The share of all 15 to 16 age groups has decreased slightly, while the share of the 60 age plus groups is very small. The present trend indicates that the age groups will be reduced, thus the changing age structure could offer a demographic dividend for India. This potential can be counted in the actual growth from the increasing level of the education and the unemployment. There are wide regional variations in the age structures, while a state like the Kerala is beginning to acquire an age structure like that of the developed country. Some states like Uttar Pradesh have a high growth proportions. In the younger age, groups are the relatively low proportions among the aged. This is the main topic, and now you need to know about the 1 mark questions, 2 mark questions, 4 mark questions, and the 6 mark question. If you have any inquiry about in this topic, you can contact this email ID. Okay, thank you.